Hi, you are warmly welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I am your math tutor, Richard, and I'm here to serve you as a guide through your mathematical journey. I created this channel purposely to have students out there whose mathematical problems is a little bit shaking, and purposely I am here to help you build your mathematical house. That is your math house. All right. So let's see what I have for you today, and let's see what mathematics has for us today, and let's see how best we can help you rebuild your math house. If you are there and you have lost interest in mathematics, do not hesitate. We are here to help you regain your interest in maths. And if this is your first time getting in touch with us, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we believe that you will be blessed at the end of the day. All right, so in my previous videos, I was leading you through how to factorize algebraic expressions. Now we are on the aspect of algebra called quadratic trinomial. And we've been able to go through how to factorize quadratic trinomials a bit, and I'm here to continue with it with you. All right, so I will encourage you that you stay tuned so that at the end of the day, you all come together and learn together as a family. So let's see how to go about it, and at the end of the day, you will all be blessed. Now, as we have here, with a continuation, depend on my previous videos, I go to question number 3, where we have the expression 18x squared plus 45x minus 8. So this is a quadratic trinomial. In my previous video, I explained to you what a quadratic trinomial is. All right, so I said it is an expression with which similar variables or same variables are there within the expression, where one of the variables is being squared. So this tends to be a quadratic trinomial based on what I have said so far. So how do we factorize this? Now, to factorize this, always we need to consider the coefficient of the variable squared. So here we have x squared. The coefficient is what? 18. When I say coefficient, I am trying to say a number that is attached to a variable. So here 18 is attached to the variable x squared. So 18 becomes the coefficient. Over here too, we have 45 attached to the variable x. So 45 here becomes what? The coefficient. I believe you are getting that. All right. So as I said, or as I was saying, I said that we are going to pick the coefficient of the variable squared, which is 18. Now, I will pick the 18, which is the coefficient of the variable squared. Then after, I will pick the constant within the expression. Okay, now when we say constant, we are referring to a number in an expression without a variable attached to it, or without a variable. So this number here has no variable attached to it. Therefore, it stands on its own. So therefore, we can say it is what? A constant. So I'm going to use the 18 to multiply the constant, which is negative 8. And this then gives me, my result becomes negative 144. That is, if I multiply 18, okay, by 8. 8 by 8 gives us 64. So for a remainder of what? 6. So now multiply 8 times 1 gives me 8 plus 6, which gives me what? 14. And remember, there's a negative sign here. That's why I'm getting what? Negative 144. So I had negative 144 over here. I believe you are following the concept. Now, after getting our result, after multiplying the coefficient by the constant, where we had negative 144, our next approach is we are going to look for the factors of this whole number, or this integer here. So the factors of this integer, we can have the number 2 and negative what? 72. So 2 and negative 72 are factors of the number negative 144. Have it in mind that with the factors, we are looking for two numbers that when we multiply, we are going to get what? This. So remember, when we multiply this and this one, it will definitely give us this. I get to me. The same manner, I can have negative 2 and positive 72. If I multiply negative 2 and positive 72, I will definitely get what I have here. Have it in mind that there is a negative sign here. That is why here is negated. Are you clear with that? Very good. Now I can also have the number 3. 3 times a certain number can give me 144. So let me use the 3 to testify it and see. So I have 144 here. Now my 3 here goes into 14. How many times? I have 4 times. So 3 times 4 gives me 12. A remainder of 2. I will add the 4 to it. Then 3 goes into 24. How many times? 6 times. Or is it 6? No, it is 8 times. So 8 times 3 gives me 24. A remainder of 0, 0. So that means that 3 goes into 144 48 times. So with the factors, I can have positive 3 and negative 48. I believe you are clear with that. Very good. So that means if I multiply positive 3 and negative 48, I will definitely get negative 144. All right. Then let's continue with the rest of the factors. I can, with the factors of negative 144, I am continuing it here. So I can also have negative 3 and positive 48. If I multiply negative 3 and positive 48, I will definitely get this. Are you getting me? Yes. So the other factors, I can also have negative 12 and positive 12. Yes. So looking through so far, so good. Yes, I think these can be factors of the number negative 144. Let's see if 3 is working, 4 will not work. 4 cannot divide this evenly. What about 5? No. 6. 6, let's check 6 and see. I can have 144 here. Now 6 goes into 14 2 times. Then I have 12 here, a remainder of 2. So 6 goes to this 4 times. So I'll get 24. That means this will work for us. So here I'm going to get positive 6 and negative 24. So positive 6 and negative 24, when I multiply, I'll definitely get what I have here. In the same manner, I can also have the factors of negative 144. I can also have negative 6 and positive 24. Because if I multiply this and this, I'll definitely get what I have here. All right, now after identifying the factors, what we are going to do is we are going to look for the pair for the factors such that when we add it, we will get the coefficient of the variable x here. So now we are going to identify the coefficient of x here, which is 45. We are going to select something here. Now among the factors of negative 144, okay, the factors, which of them that when we add, which of the pairs that when we add, we will definitely get what? 45. That's what we are going to look for. So when we come here, when we add 2 and then negative 72, so 2 plus negative 72, if I add this, I'm going to get negative what? 70. So this one will not work for us. What about adding negative 2 plus 72? I'll get what? I'll get what? Positive 70. This one too will not work for us. What about adding 3 and negative 48? I'm going to get negative what? 45. And this one will not work for us. What about adding negative 3 and 48? This one will give me positive 45. Which means that this will work for us. Let's check this. Adding negative 12 and that is adding summing negative 12 and 12, I'll get 0. Now adding this and this, I'm going to get negative what? Negative 18. Okay, and then adding this and this, I'm going to get positive 18. That means that it is only negative 3 and 48 that will work for us. Are you getting me? Very good. So it means that among these factors, all the factors that we have listed and down, it is only negative 3 and positive 48 that will work for us. So that means that mathematically, when we add negative 3 plus 48, we are going to get what? Positive 45. And this or these pair of factors does work for us. So we are going to pick only these ones. So we are done with this part. So mathematically, we said that the number negative 3 and then positive 48. When we add this, we are going to get what? Positive 45. So we are going to utilize this in our journey factorizing the quadratic trinomial. So our first approach, which is positive 18 squared. Now 45, positive 45x can be expressed as this negative 3 can come here. Okay, yes, because I'm going to use these two things to represent this. I'm trying to expand the 45. Okay, all right, then the next one is positive, so plus 48x minus 8. I believe you are getting that. Mathematically, when we add negative 3x plus 48x, we'll definitely get what? Positive 45x. I believe you are clear with that. Very good. So now that we are done it, or we are done like this, our next approach is we are going to group the individual terms into two folds. That is picking the first two terms as one fold and the next two terms as another fold. So let's do it quick. So I have 18x squared minus this. So I'll come here plus bracket open 48x minus 8. Are we clear with that? So our next approach is we are going to take this part, factorize it, and this part also do what? Factorize it. So let's come here using the idea of expansion to factorize this part. Now I have 18x squared minus 3x. Using the idea of expansion, 18 is not a prime number, so I will have 9 and 2, where 2 is a prime number. 9, I'm going to get 3 as a prime number. So over here, I can rewrite the 18 as 2 multiplying 3 multiplying another 3. And x squared can be expressed as x multiplying x, then minus my 3 here multiplying another x. I believe you are following. So the next part is I'm going to identify my common factors. Remember, we are doing this so that those that they find it difficult finding the common factor will find it easy. Okay, so we are doing this to identify the common factor. There's 3 here, there's 3 here. So 3 becomes a common member. I have x here, there's another x here too. So x becomes a common member. I'll open a bracket to multiply what is left because x is here. We don't have any other x here. So we multiply 2 by 1 is 2 times 3 is 6 times 1 is 6 times x gives us 6x, then minus 1. Okay, so here is 1 times 1 is 1. So here becomes 3x in a bracket 6x minus 1. Okay, so it means that the factorized form for the expression this is what I have here. So mathematically, I'm getting 3x bracket open 6x minus 1. Okay, then after we come to this side and factorize it as well. So I have 48x minus 8. So 48 x minus 8. That one too, let me use the idea of expansion method over here. So 48 is not a prime number. Okay, so here I'm going to get what? 6 and 8. Where over here, I'm going to get 3 and 2 as prime numbers. Here too, I'm going to get 2 and 2 here as a prime number. Okay, when I multiply 2 times 2 times 2, I'll get what? 8. So 48, I'm going to get, I am getting 2 multiplying 2 multiplying 3. The 2 is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 4, then multiplying 3, multiplying x. Okay. Minus this one is 2 times 2 times 2. I clear with that because 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So that's what I am getting here. So I'm now going to identify the common factors. I'll open a bracket. Sorry. So 2 is here. Over here, so I have 2. So 2 becomes a common factor. There's 2 here, there's another 2 here. So this also becomes another common factor. There's another 2 here, there's another 2 here. So this also becomes a common factor. I'm through with identifying the common factors. So 1 times 1 is 1 times this, gives me 6x minus 1. So I'm getting here is 8 in a bracket 6x minus 1. So mathematically, it means after factorizing this, we are getting 8 in a bracket 6x minus 1. I get me. So we said that what we are going to do get here should be the same as this. So writing down my final answer, I am getting 3x. This one comes here. Then we come to this side. which is 8 in a bracket, another bracket 6x minus 1. So that means we are getting this as our result for the expression over there. That becomes the answer. The factorized form for the quadratic trinomial we have there is this. I believe you are clear with that. So quickly we dive into question number 4. So question number 4, we have 2x squared plus x minus 15. All right, so factorizing this one also, it is a quadratic trinomial. So to factorize this, we say we consider the coefficient of the variable being squared. So here x squared, it has a coefficient of what? 2. So I'm going to multiply 2 by the constant here, which is negative what? 15. Okay, so this one gives me negative what? 30. Now my result, I'm getting negative 30. So I am going to look for the factors of negative 30. I believe you are getting me. All right, so with the factors, I can have negative 2 and positive 15. I can also have positive 2 and negative 15. Remember that the factors, I'm looking for two numbers that when I multiply, I will get this. So negative 2 times 15 gives me negative 30, and that is correct. Now, positive 2 times negative 15 will give me negative 30, and that is also correct. I can also have negative 5 and positive 6. I can also have, let me come here, with a continuation of the factors, I can also have positive 5 and negative 6. When I multiply this and this, I'll definitely get this. I can also have negative 3 and positive 10, and I can get this. I can also have 3 and negative 10. So looking at it very well, yes, mathematically, I can also have the factors of negative 30 as negative 1 and positive 30. I can also have 1 and negative 30, because if I multiply 1 times negative 30 will give me negative 30. Negative 1 times positive 30 will give me negative 30. All right, so after identifying the factors, what we are going to do is we are going to consider the coefficient of the variable x over here. What is the coefficient of x here? It is, so far as x stands on its own, it is 1, but we don't normally write it, so please take note. So the coefficient is 1 over here. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is we are going to look for the pair of the factors here, that which one that when we add we will get 1. So let's come here. Now when we add negative 2 plus 15, negative 2 plus 15 gives us what? Positive 13. So here becomes 13, meaning this one will not work for us. This one, 2 plus negative 15. Okay, when we add this to this, we are going to get what? Negative 13. And this one will not work. What about negative 5 plus 6? This one gives us positive 1. This one, when we add it, we are going to get negative 1. Okay, now we are adding it in the sense that we are adding it to check which one will give us the result as this. That's why we are adding it. I get to me. So negative 3 plus 10 gives us positive 7. And this one too will not work. Now 3 plus negative 10 gives us negative 7. This one too will not work. And negative 1 plus 30 gives us 29. And 1 plus negative 30 gives us negative 29. So that means that it is only this one that will work for us. Among the other factors is negative 5 and positive 6 that will work for us. So we are going to pick the negative 5 plus positive 6. This has positive 1. So we are going to pick that one. So we are done with this part. Now, we said that mathematically, we deduce that negative 5 plus 6 gives us positive 1 as we're looking for over here. So now, we are going to expand the 1x to be of the form this. So this can be rewritten as 2x squared, and the 1x can be expressed as negative 5x, okay, then plus 6x. Remember that when we add negative 5x plus 6x will definitely give us what? Positive 1x. Are you clear with that? All right, so the next part is we add the constants which is negative 15. So we are now going to group the individual terms into two folds. So I have my first fold, which is 2x squared minus 5x. Then over here too, I have 6x minus 15. I'll put that one too in a bracket. Now, I'll factorize this. What do they have in common? They have x in common. So here is left with 2x, and here is left with what? Minus 5. Remember, if I use x to multiply this, I'll get 2x squared. If I also use x to multiply negative 5, I'll get what? Negative 5x plus, over here to what do they have in common? They have 3 in common. Now here is left with 2x minus 5. Remember, if I use 3 to multiply 2x, I'll get what? 6x. If I use 3 to multiply negative 5, I'll get what? Negative 15. I believe you are clear with that. So as you can see here is the same as what do we have here. It means we are on the right path. So now we conclude our final answer where we open a bracket. We are getting x plus 3 in a bracket. Then we have 2x minus 5. That means the factorized form for the quadratic trinomial, this is what we have here. And I believe you are following the concept. Always, I'll keep on reminding you that we are here to serve you as a guide in building your mathematics house. Okay, so if you find this video interesting, do not forget to like, you subscribe, and you share it among your friends out there so that you can help us grow. The more you subscribe, the more you like, the more you comment, you help us grow. So please, let's come together and let's learn as a family. We have one more question left, which is question number 5. And I believe that one we can leave it for you to try your hands on. For now, we believe you've been blessed, right? But better still, let's solve it together and then everything will move on smoothly. So my question number 5, we have 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. So we said that to solve this, to factorize this quadratic trinomial, we consider the coefficient of the variable squared there, which is 2, multiplying the constant here, which is 1. So 2 times 1 gives us 2. We now move ahead to find the factors of 2, where we are getting 1 and 2. When we multiply 1